0-0. Side out.
First point there, quick side out. Ben Johns gets the ball on his paddle. Ben Johns on the far side of the court, and we see
0-0.
J.W. Johnson. One of the things, Scott, that I find so interesting watching J.W. is sort of how even keel he seems for the whole match. Sometimes the movement almost seems effortless. So we see that effortless backhand cross-court dink from Johns.
That was very sneaky. You rarely see someone J-Dub fooled like that. That was a great job by Ben.
Point.
Both, I will contend, and we just saw an example there, Ben's backhand, his ability to be deceptive, as you said, to surprise his opponent, to disguise where it's going, and then also being able to attack with speed on the backhand side when up near the net, to me is one of the most impressive aspects of his very impressive game.
Yeah. J.W. Johnson just showed me my favorite shot of his is where he hits that forehand with no backswing. It just goes from 0 to 100.
Ball's just a little bit wide off the forehand volley of Johnson.
Ben Johns is the veteran here, both in terms of years played, but also specifically at the U.S. Open.
Point.
Yeah, it's going to be so, I mean, it's so tough to play Ben anywhere at any time. But here at the U.S. Open, he's so confident on the court, loves this big stage, loves having this great crowd here in the stands at Zing Zang Championship Court. And a real difference in the game for those of us who were watching the women's pro singles final a few minutes ago, Jansen versus Parenteau, where we saw a lot of third shots that are really driven hard from the baseline. Here it'll be interesting to see how they mix in those drives with also some of the softer stuff.
Point.
Crowd enjoying that a bit. Let's take a look.
Ben helped out by the net there for a moment, but can't quite control it.
1-3.
Johnson, good finish.
Point.
Well, to your point there, normally when the return goes to the backhand, most of these guys hit a third shot, slice, drop, and then get it into the kitchen, but JW just rips with two hands, which will make his opponent uncomfortable.
Johns jumps the corner there to try to play that ball as an Ernie, but risky to do in singles because if you don't finish the point, there's a very good chance as we take a second look here. Great job by the production truck. Taking a look at that replay. If you're going to jump the corner, you better finish the point. There's a lot of open space. Ball's just a little bit wide from Johnson.
It was a great read and a great get. He just couldn't quite finish it, just out of his reach.
3-3.
And here we are tied up, 3-3.
Side out.
Earlier today, I was watching this match and I was charting when Johns was playing against Navratil. And Johns, really, it was almost a 50-50 split between the drops and the drives, as opposed to Navratil on those third shots, 100% drive.
Side out.
And so we'll see here, it really speaks to the versatility of Ben Johns out here on the court. Different styles of game he can play depending on what he needs.
And I think a lot of times Ben John's opponent does not want to get involved in the kitchen game with him.
Kind of forces you, doesn't he? We see it here.
Both players able to move
J.W.
back and forth.
Johnson is not one of those players. J.W. is more than capable at the kitchen with Ben, which makes it's what makes these matches so fun to watch.
Both of them can cover the entire court.
Yeah, so good at moving, but also so good at reading where their opponents are going to hit.
Side out.
pretty clear there. Johnson was going to go into the open court here. Johnson realized he hasn't got much of a chance as we see that nice high backhand. Swinging volley from Johns. One of the other reasons that they'll often use those cross courts in those dinking situations isn't just the lower net and the longer distance, but it's so much tougher for your opponent to earny you, right? If you go down the line, you create an opportunity where your opponent can jump that corner more easily, get that ball while it's still high. So they're going to often play those balls cross court. It's a bit of an insurance policy against the earny.
That ball called a little wide.
So a little back and forth here.
And Mark, I would say the only risk to
Score
going cross court
4-3.
is it opens up to your opponent the down the line pass.
Excuse me.
Johns finds the top of the net there. Gets that side out. Good early start here. 3-3.
Yeah,
This
there's-
men's
3-3.
championship match. Oh, pardon me.
Point. Four, 3.
4-3. Johnson with the lead.
Got some applause for that.
Yeah, I think Johnson's quickness at the kitchen in these cat and mouse kitchen points is what separates him from
5,
the
3.
rest of Ben John's rivals.
Ball sets up a little bit too high. Bit of a miss hit off the Johnson paddle. Johns knows exactly what to do when his opponent makes a mistake.
3, 5.
Buries that forehand volley. Johns read it right. He was there for it. Can't quite make the volley.
JW puts a lot on that ball.
5, 3.
JW still at the baseline.
Ooh, wow.
Point.
It's one of the things I love about this, and as we see singles evolve, and we see a little bit more of this cat and mouse, as you call it, Scott, right? Some of the soft stuff that's really precise kind of dinking, and then that ball sits up a little bit, and it's amazing how explosive that next shot can be.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
What an exchange there. A little bit of everything in that rally. That's going to force Ben Johns to call a timeout.
Take a look. Heats up in the middle. J.W. Johnson puts it away. And Ben Johns, surprisingly, behind, calls the timeout. Let's take a look at what got them here.
Well, a tough day grinding it away on singles Sunday out here as we take a look at Johns defeating Ryan Sherry earlier on, and then defeating in decisive fashion Navertil in the semifinals.
Yeah, Ben played very solid. On the other side, Federico Stackfrud played a phenomenal match against Tyson McGuffin. And then came up against J.W. Johnson. I think J.W. Johnson won that in 2 straight games. He's
Yeah, I mean, really today, no matter which court you were looking at here at the U.S. Open, you saw amazing singles action, right? You saw players grinding away,
Absolutely.
you saw upsets, you saw best of 3 matches going the distance. It's such a treat to come here.
Well,
It's
some
gonna be a treat
big
the rest of the
upsets,
week.
exactly,
Yeah.
right? So Tyson McGuffin was favored technically, but everybody's like J.W. Johnson. He's been playing amazingly. What's going to happen? And here we are with this match between these two. John puts that away. The timeout worked in his favor there. So for those of you who are just joining us, we're in game number 1 of the men's pro singles match at the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville.
3-7.
Ben Johns, the prior singles champion here, trying to claim another gold to his resume. Oh, caught it off the net.
Side out.
Yeah, I mean, when players have to keep the ball as low as they do in pickleball, especially at the elite level, you are going to get a lot of those balls. And one thing that really separates
7-3.
the pros from everyone else is the expectation that ball will come back over the net, as we saw there.
Side out.
So the serve started at the beginning there. Johnson goes a little long. It's a side out. We're coming back to Ben Johns.
Yeah, but JW seems content to keep ripping that two-hander pass
3-7.
cross court. It's leading to good things, even though he missed that one.
Side out.
Backhand drop, sits up too high. JW Johnson finishes with authority. Again, we see sort of how calm and cool. Barely looks like he's sweating out there. It is still hot here in Naples, but
He does. They both have a relaxed vibe to them.
7-3. Side out.
nicely done.
Another
What
side
isn't
out.
relaxed, though, is JW's footwork at the kitchen. His ability to slide, to sidestep. His feet are so quick up there.
3-7. Point.
Oh, it's a little surprising.
4-7.
What's sometimes a little bit deceptive here, especially when you're watching at home, is the speed at which these serves are being hit and
7-4.
what we sometimes refer to as the heaviness of them, the amount of spin that's on them. Now, these players handle them so well, it almost looks like it's easy. But I promise you, out on that court, that serve is coming in hot.
Point.
And I think the reason they're able to handle them is their technique, their combination of catching it out in front while they're
8-4.
stepping in with their body weight going forward. Their basics are so solid.
Side out.
So we have a side out. While that one went long, here we're J.W. Johnson only 3 points from taking game number 1 in this gold medal match. Ben Johnson,
4-8.
Ben Johns, the veteran, of course, looking to turn things around.
Just too tough there.
JW was practically running while he hit that return.
Yeah, this is sometimes one of those just try to weather the storm situations here. Johns has been in this situation before where sometimes he goes down in a game or down in a match.
Absolutely.
There, ball catches up the top of the tape, right? There's nothing Johns can do there. He knows he didn't really make a mistake. Yeah, you just gotta. This is where the sort of mental toughness of pickleball is so important.
9-4.
There's the self-shake and bake we talked about earlier today. Hitting that drive, following it up, aggressively coming to the net, and that is going to set up Rusty a game point.
Exactly. The crowd here is excited. Everybody online, literally around the
10-4.
world. The serve.
Side out.
Like you said, today we've actually haven't gone to 3 games. All of them have been done in 2. And so we'll see what happens here. Ben Johns certainly, like we said, has come back before.
So I suspect that's what we're going to see here is Johns, really relies on his ability to dominate when it's that cat and mouse game up near the
5-10.
kitchen. We're going to see, as tough as JW is, Johns can try to get back to that. That's why.
Just a quality volley on the line, running away.
Another game point here.
10-5.
J.W. Johnson serves.
Point.
A little late on that forehand volley. JW Johnson takes game number 1.
And we will be back to continue the gold medal match. Let's look at this final point. So there you have game number 1 goes to J.W. Johnson. We'll be back with the continuation of the pro gold match after this.
Pickleball channel is proud to bring you all the action from Naples, Florida of the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville. More great content is on the way. Matches, tips, instruction, inspiring stories, and more. So remember to subscribe, like, and follow on all your favorite social media platforms and at pickleballchannel.com.
Game 2.
And we're back with a beautiful evening here in Naples, Florida. The game just started.
Point.
J.W. Johnson closed out the last one, 11-5. People are murmuring. Is Ben
1-0.
Johns going to be dethroned as the U.S. Open Pickleball Champion of singles?
Side out.
J.W. Johnson's so good on those high backhand volleys, able to not just put the ball where he wants, but get it there in a hurry.
And I love the way he does it. It is with quick feet
0-1.
and not much swing.
Johnson is reading Johns perfectly here. We talked earlier about John's ability to see where he's going to play that ball. Right now, Johnson has his number. He's taking that
1-1.
step just before Ben hits it. Oh,
You got it? Oh,
Side out.
there you go. Like another example, right? A few of those, I would think, against most opponents Johns faces, those are going to be clean winners. And instead, not only does JW get it back, but
1-1.
he makes Ben earn it with one more tough shot.
Point.
try to go down the line there a little bit wide.
Yeah, that's where you got to be careful not to
2-1.
have too many loose points here. See, that's the play when Ben has a little time off that bounce where he can get deceptive and be offensive, and it worked again. But in game 1, J.W. Johnson made Ben earn everything he
3-1.
got.
That's a tough serve.
Hmm.
As referee Byron Frezzo does a little ball boy workout there.
Byron, I would consider an icon in the sport. He's been so significant in so many matches, both as a volunteer and an ambassador for the sport as well, not just refereeing. Oh, and there you have a big put away.
Not to mention his singing of the national anthem.
There's Byron. I got to spend some time on court with Byron over the last couple of days. We were running some
2-3.
coach education programs here, and what a treat to have him with us.
Nice interchange.
Side out.
So early in game number 2 of the gold medal match between Ben Johns and J.W.
3-2.
Johnson. Johns serving 3-2.
I was just going to say, Johns needs something to start to go his way a little bit. JW, we talked earlier about weathering the storm, and he's done a reasonably good job of that. The trouble is the storm's not stopping.
4-2.
And JW continues to play at a very high level. Ben is going to need a few things to go in his way, like some balls off the top of the net. And he would have liked if that ball caught the net, but
Yeah.
That volley was carved beautifully.
2-4. Point.
that to me is a sign of the kind of pressure that Johns is feeling out here. That is a ball that he typically makes in his sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy for me to say back here in the
3-4.
booth, but
Of course, right.
when Johnson is playing at the level he is, every single ball is critical, and sometimes you just try to slice the cheese a little too thin, Scott.
Yeah, when your opponent is on every ball, you try to make it a little
4-3.
better and a little better. That'll lead to the occasional error, even from Ben.
Or even, that serve.
Well, again, right, we talked about the importance of the serve because it affects the quality of the return, which then creates opportunities or not on the third shot. And, you can only score
3-4.
points when you're serving, so Ben's been going for a fair bit.
Point.
team right there. So it's a
that's
tie game
uncharacteristic.
now. Johns was off to a lead.
4-4.
There's Brian again. But we're tie in game number 2. 4-4. There's that little flick.
Side out.
Yeah, it's a few of those kinds of exchanges that Ben is going to need to be able to turn things around here. So good on that backhand, creating
4-4.
speed and spin.
Yeah, that was pretty.
That's another example you were talking about, Scott. Sometimes he doesn't even big swings. He just kind of does that little flick there.
No, but like look at how quickly he moves over there. Your maximum reach is when you're standing in front of the ball. He's not reaching sideways. He's getting in
4-4.
front of it and reaching forwards.
Side out.
The other thing though is J.W. Johnson doesn't look uncomfortable here. He's just playing his game. Usually Ben makes people
4-4.
little
Right.
off.
Point.
Yeah, so again, it's those kind of plays where I think like a little series of them, more than one in a row. I think Ben is so good that when he gets a little bit of a sense that there's an opening,
5-4.
really, next thing you know, you look up and he's won a string of points.
Absolutely, we've seen it.
Right there's the second one. It's sort of, a tiny bit you're playing, you lose 2 or 3 points early. Let's take a look at this. And then all of a sudden you get past 6, and those 2 or 3 points are much more dangerous.
Got to think that. Oh,
Side out.
I was gonna say, JW didn't get a stop there. I'd expect a timeout because he knows. Nope, get the timeout anyway.
7. Score is 4.
Well, we are seeing some excitement. People on the edge of their seat going to see who takes the gold in this match. We will be back to you soon with more singles action.
Pickleball Channel is proud to bring you all the action from Naples, Florida of the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships powered by Margaritaville.
Serve it. You have 1 timeout remaining.
Looking at Ben Johns
You
there
have 2.
with a 2-point lead in game number 2.
4-6.
Receiving. J.W. Johnson not letting up either.
Side out.
We were talking earlier, for those of you who are new,
6-4.
Ben Johns has been dominant recently the last few years of singles here at the U.S. Open. This is JW's first big appearance here on championship court at the U.S. Open. He's newer to the game, but he has had an amazing year.
4-6.
Really feel a little bit of tension. We were talking about this during the break. A little bit of tension here in the crowd. This would be. I mean, they're both excellent players. J.W. Johnson's been making a lot of noise over the last year, but I think most people would consider this a significant upset if
5-6.
J.W. can come through. And we're not there yet, but we're on the verge here, and it sort of feels like the crowd knows that something might be up.
Yeah, that's what makes it so fun to watch.
Definitely the crowd is surprised at where we are right now. Have they
6-5.
tipped? Do they think JW? But definitely they're surprised.
Maybe the case
Side
that
out.
for some people this might actually be the first time seeing J.W. Johnson. Certainly for many of them it would be the first time seeing him in person. If they're regular attendees here at the Minto U.S. Open
5-6.
Pickleball Championships,
For
they'll
sure.
definitely be familiar with Ben Johns.
Oh,
wow.
Nice rally. The crowd loved that.
Yeah, you get the sense the crowd needs a bit of a release here, right? And so, they're cheering for one player or another, maybe, but they're really cheering for the quality of the play there. I think Ben Johns might have hit a ball that would have otherwise gone out.
6-6.
Never really know. Locked at 6.
Side out.
You can see the light coming through this beautiful facility. sort of a indoor-outdoor kind of combination here where we've got this natural light coming through, but also shade to the
6-6.
players.
Point. Seven, 6. Side out.
Look at that last moment there. Ben came across. JW answered it.
6-7.
JW quickly answers there.
What a pass with that forehand from JW. He's been hitting through the ball this whole match.
And what a match it has been.
7-7. Point. Eight, 7.
Oh,
Point.
That's a little loose error. At this point,
Timeout by the
Uncharacteristic.
receiver.
Yeah, I
Score
would
of
not expect that from
9-7.
yeah.
Ben.
Ben,
It's such an
1
important.
minute.
and Ben does call a timeout there.
Very, very wisely so. This is an important time in this match.
And so we're going to go to break. We'll be back to you very quick with some more action.
Pickleball Channel is proud to bring you all the action from Naples, Florida of the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships powered by Margaritaville.
Receiver and
And
server,
we're
you
back
have
at
1 timeout
championship
remaining,
court.
please.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an exciting
in.
game number 2 of the men's
9-7.
gold match. The crowd here on the edge of their seats. Ben Johns
Side
called that timeout that we just came back from.
And executes a nice return point. Gets the ball back in his hands.
7-9.
He was off to a lead in game number 2. But now fighting to come back.
Side out.
He goes up. JW up in the
9-7.
air over the corner.
Side out.
He's just going with that two-hander
Yeah.
cross court, and he's just gonna he's gonna live and die by it. But so far, he's doing quite well. Barely missed that one.
7-9. Point.
Now we're down to 1 point.
Yeah, Ben does not need much to get momentum going and to go on a run. And
Yeah.
hitting a big forehand pass like that could be just what he
8-9.
needed.
Side out.
But JW Johnson is tough.
His reach
Holds a nice point.
flicks that down at his
9-8.
feet.
Point.
Wow, that was just the surprise. It was unexpected.
Yeah, and we're at a
10,
match
8.
point.
Championship point here, JW Johnson.
Possible new.
You know what I see about that, Scott, is that Johnson is not playing to not lose at this point, right? He is looking to win that point. He is cracking those forehands.
Timeout by
Johns
the
is there with the
server.
answer.
The score of
Ben's going to want to
8-10.
think about it for just a second.
Yeah, and a timeout's been
Timeout
called
for a minute.
to try to make sure this last moment doesn't go the other way.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break and be back with the finale of the men's gold medal match here at the U.S. Open.
Pickleball Channel is proud to bring you all the action from Naples, Florida of the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships powered by Margaritaville.
Receiver, you have 1 timeout. Server, you have 0 timeouts. Remaining. Time in 8, 10.
Johns trying to turn things around.
Side out.
Call the timeout. And now we're quickly, as you can hear in the background a little bit, some of the rowdy call, calling a side out. J.W. Johnson has another opportunity to become the new singles gold champion here at the U.S. Open.
10, 8. Side out.
You know what? So that backhand volley from Johns, I mean, he hit the volley, he was solid on it, but he didn't accelerate through it the way that he often did. Sometimes that's a sign of tension.
Definitely a safe volley.
Oh, there you go.
Nothing safe about that.
Fist pump by Ben Johns there. He's feeling that.
Thread the needle.
Wow.
Down to 1 point.
Ben's been here before.
9, 10.
Absolutely. Oh. What a point.
The quality of J.W. Johnson's volleys, especially the first
They're
two.
coming across.
Ben ripped a couple forehands at J.W. in that, I think about 4 in a row, and J.W. just handled it.
Here we are once again with a third opportunity to claim gold at match point.
Ten, 9.
Big side out there.
Yeah.
Big side out.
Johnson playing a relatively slow serve, just kind of got it in play, and then seemed almost content to sort of challenge Johns one-on-one up at the net in that hands battle, those quick reflex volleys. Johns comes out on top that time.
Well, I also like that J.W. Johnson went for the two-hander down the line
9,
as
10.
opposed to the cross-court he's been hitting all day.
Here's Johns with the serve at 9.
That ball took a funny
Oh.
bounce. Here we go. You can
And we are
see-
tied up, ladies and gentlemen, which means we got to go 2 points. We got to go to 12 now,
10, 10.
At least.
at least. Holy cow.
Point.
Ben getting a little bit more fired up and emotional than you typically see him,
11, 10.
and rightly so.
Side out.
Ben thought for a moment that that return was going to land long. It just sort of floated a little higher than usual. Stays in play. Sigh of relief for Johnson.
Yeah, makes it a perfect
10,
return.
11. Side out.
Another big side out. And again, last time I'll say it just in case you don't know, you have to win by 2.
Game point.
11, 10.
And there you go.
Wow.
Return serve.
We're going to 3, ladies and gentlemen.
12, 10.
Ben Johns comes back and shows us why.
2 minutes, 1 minute.
He has been a champion before. Will he be a champion again? We will find out in the next game after this.
Pickleball Channel is proud to bring you all the action from Naples, Florida of the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville. More great content is on the way. Matches, tips, instruction, inspiring stories, and more. So remember to subscribe, like, and follow on all your favorite social media platforms and at pickleballchannel.com.
And we are back at the Minto
15
U.S. Open
seconds.
Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville. We are in the Zing Zang Championship Court on a beautiful evening here in Naples, Florida.
Gentlemen,
You're looking
this
at
is the start
J.W.
of
Johnson
game
there,
3.
who's about to serve at the beginning of
First
game number
player
3
to 6
to
points,
try to
he'll
see if he
change
can
hands.
win that
Time
game and be the
0,
new gold
0.
champion at the U.S. Open. Flurry, great point.
Point.
The discipline of J.W. Johnson here during this rally. So many times, you know, especially if you drive 1 or 2 shots and you get another chance because you haven't hit the winner yet, sometimes you just keep stepping on the gas. And the
1-0.
discipline to realize when it's the right time to play a drop and reset things, really on display, both these players.
And especially after losing
Right.
game 2 when you had championship points. You know, mentally coming back from that is never easy. And just to play a really solid first point
0-1.
was great for him.
That is a lot of acceleration on that forehand volley. J.W. Johnson cross court into the open corner. Get the ball back on his paddle here.
1-0.
Oh, wow.
Could have gone anywhere with that.
Yep.
Let's take a look.
Ball sits up.
0-1.
Another one.
Gotta think Ben
Put
wants
away.
this one. With some authority.
Side out.
Another side out. Back to JW.
1-0.
So now we start to see, right? It almost seems like as JW starts to speed things up a little bit, Johns is now there with the answer. This is something we saw earlier in game
0-1.
number 1. Got to wonder whether this experience of Ben Johns really comes into play here. We're in game number
Point.
3.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Johns is a great pattern recognizer, and it doesn't, you know, he
1-1.
knows your tendencies before the match even starts, but once you start playing, you're not gonna surprise him.
Side out.
So then it's just a matter, if he knows where you're going, it's a matter of, are you executing the shot well enough to beat him with it? So far, J.W. Johnson's done a
1-1.
very, very good job of that.
Point.
Once again, Johnson gets a little bit of help from the net. Going up over Ben's outstretched forehand. Not much you can do on those ones.
2-1.
See the frustration on his face.
Side out.
Ben
This is-
walking a little more slowly.
Well, I was going to say, this is where, you know, like, remember, we're watching this match now. It's the
1-2.
gold medal final, men's pro singles. These players have been out here all day.
The bracket started at 8 o'clock this morning, so we're now almost at 7 o'clock, 11 hours into their day.
I was out here with these guys. The warm-ups,
2-1.
we were here just after 7. Everyone's warming up. They've been here. Yeah, we're pushing 11 hours now. There's that backhand,
That
right?
is-
Like,
Right out.
there is no difference in how he sets up, whether he's going to play that little backhand roll down the line or cross court. So you get to the point where you just have to sort of guess.
Well,
Right.
but I think Ben can just wait to see what you cover and just choose.
Oh,
Mm.
did they call that out? Yeah.
No,
No, I thought Ben.
yeah, there you
Yeah, I
go.
think that was good.
Yeah, you
Ben-
call a
Ben
point,
just- Ben
point
just
on that.
keeps
You just
painting
right in
the
the
lines,
corner.
yeah.
Yeah,
No big deal.
Side
I think
out.
that serve was long, though.
yeah, that was.
2-2.
So this is where, you know, speaking about
Side
how,
out.
you know, it's 12 hours ago now that most of these players started their day on the courts. And this is where fitness becomes such an issue. And this is, I would
2-2.
say, one of the biggest evolutions in pickleball over the last few years is how much fitness
Side out.
has now become a priority. And how many of
Absolutely.
these players are putting as much time in the gym as they are on the court, because they know if they can't play at the level
2-2.
they're capable of at the end of the day, well, then what's the point, right?
It hit the line.
Ball's
No?
called just wide. Johns is going to appeal to Frezzo. I bet if there's an overrule.
Side out.
Oh, there we go.
2-2.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I
So
agree with,
tight
that,
and
with,
short
your,
that-
with your point about the fitness. And I think both of these guys are very, very well prepared. And so
They have to be,
I doubt
right?
it will be a factor, especially they're both
2-2.
early 20s. They can go all day.
compared to us old people.
Point.
I'm not going to lie. I felt pretty old today out there in the men's pro division. This might be the last year for that one.
Well, it's one of the exciting things. The bell curve in pickleball is still 50
3-2.
plus, but it's exciting how much broader it's getting with the young talent.
I find at 41, I'm really hitting my peak in the booth.
And so once again, everybody literally from around the world, a couple thousand people joining
4-2.
us. The stadium here is full as well.
Point.
Johnson's so
Timeout.
good.
he
He
runs.
uses, yeah, he uses that open stance forehand.
5-2.
Clear whether
That is
he's
the
going to
first
force
timeout
Johns to take a
for 1
timeout.
minute.
And so thank you to our sponsors who make this all possible. We will be back with more action after this.
Pickleball Channel is proud to bring you all the action from Naples, Florida of the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships powered by Margaritaville.
Receiver, you have 1 timeout remaining. Server,
Welcome
you
back
have
to
2.
Championship Court.
Time in.
Zing Zang Championship
5-2.
Court here. As you can see, J.W. Johnson just serving. 5-2.
Side out.
Nice cross court down the line drill they had going there. Ben killed the rally by hitting a winner.
2-5.
Oh, looks like
How
he
was
missed
that?
just wide. Yeah, just a little bit wide. You can see Johnson's eyes rolled back in his head, thinking, "How did I miss that forehand volley? I
3-5.
need that one." No mistake there.
Side out.
Interesting that Ben read that that was going at him and just thought, oh, if you're trying to hit me, I'll just duck and you'll miss.
Hmm.
Even when you catch Ben off guard, he's still ready.
5-3.
Ball's just long, and once
Side
again,
out.
that's 2 in a row with the ball on his paddle. J.W. Johnson misses a ball that for him is typically makeable.
Yeah.
3-5.
Got some frustration on his face there. Ben Johns trying to come back.
I mean, you got to think, Scott, like this match really is a back and forth, but with those 2 kind of loose errors by Johnson, and in both cases, John's not being able to capitalize and score points.
Yeah.
You know,
5-3.
whether that becomes sort of a critical moment here when all is said and done. There's another one.
Side out.
So thank you for joining us, everybody. We are here in beautiful Naples, Florida, at East Naples Community Park,
3-5.
where they've built an amazing open-air structure. Ben Johns. That's up the
Side
net.
out.
So they keep taking turns having chances to, in Ben's case, catch up, or J.W. Johnson's case, get to 6 and switch sides.
Ben just let out, come
5-3.
on, frustration there. There you go, a little fist pump.
Side out.
And just as a recap, if you're joining us, the score there in the second game, we'll take a look at this. Just
3-5.
was a back and forth. JW had
Point.
3 championship points, was almost at 11. Johns came all the way back and closed it out at 12-10. So here we are with a game that's not progressing much. The last several interchanges, a lot of side
4
outs.
5.
The hushed crowd.
Side out.
So Ben did manage to score 1 point there after getting that side out. But again, a forehand dink that typically wasn't under a lot of pressure.
5
That's a
4.
ball he'll usually make.
Mm-hmm.
As we see Johnson switch things up with the lob serve.
Wow, followed by that backhand.
Two-hander.
10 minute timeout. 6 4.
Timeout called at 6-4.
Yeah, 1
Let's look
minute.
at that two-hander backhand.
So tough.
Pickleball Channel is proud to bring you all the action from Naples, Florida of the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships powered by Margaritaville.
Time. 6 4. Side out.
Johnson's backhand sails a little bit long, trying to get that ball to dip down and catch the inside of the line before it gets past Johns.
4 6.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Oh,
look at that. The hand up in the air.
J.W. Johnson goes for the forehand ATP around the post. Johns is there at the answer. Look how low he gets for this ball. Digs it off the ground.
Just a little backhand. Boop.
As if we didn't have enough highlight reel shots already, Rusty.
Oh, my goodness.
5 6.
That is what you call dirty defense.
And J.W. Johnson just comes back and says, it's not over yet.
Such good misdirection there by Johnson. Had been moving to his right, instead goes to his left. Elite.
6 5. Side out.
Nearly. Nearly. Maybe that's why Ben wanted to be on this side. He knew those balls wouldn't roll over.
All of the net cord forehand
5
players
6.
have been from this end of the court.
Oh,
Point.
Well,
Ben Johns let a little sigh of relief there.
not many people throw up a lob against J.W. Johnson and survive to talk about it.
So
He
here we
really-
are, tied up,
Yeah.
6-6.
Johns really got away with one there to tie things. I mean, Johnson had him like on a string, right? Side to side, side to
6-6.
side. You only play a lob at this level when you are really quite desperate.
Point.
All right,
It's a lot of fist,
table just turned.
yeah, this is the most fist pumps I've seen.
Agreed.
7 6.
Some of the crowd trying to encourage each of their favors. It's almost like JW right there is like, all right, already, finish it.
As we look at the replay here, that ball sits up at the net and he finishes with authority down into the dirt. Nothing.
6 7.
What a shot.
Point.
J.W. Johnson needed that. He needed the hands battle before, and then getting a little momentum going his way now. Tied up again.
7 7.
There it is again.
Side out.
It's almost like he wanted that.
The ATP defense is strong on Ben's side.
7 7.
Johns.
Point.
Did he just fool him? JW seemed to.
He didn't seem to
Pause.
make a move for it there, did he? So either he's now really struggling, maybe Johns has made
8-7.
an adjustment here.
I haven't seen him take a timeout this game, has he?
No. He read that one all right.
Yeah, I mean,
Side out.
that's one of the first times Ben has gone down the line and it hasn't worked. But, you know, once JW sees it 4 times, it's not a bad guess.
7-8.
Oh,
Side out.
That's not a good sign mentally.
yeah, you hear the crowd, though. So John's
8-7.
8-7, only 1 point, but just 3 points away from a victory.
That's what's great about JW. He has a bad point and he comes right back and has a solid one. That's what you want to see. He's
He
battling.
just kind of reached over and
Spanks that forehand volley.
it does. It looks like a little slap.
7-8. Side
Nice
out.
angle.
Like, just look at the body language here. The difference
Yeah.
between Ben Johns, he's pumping his fist, he's playing to the crowd, like he's acting like he's, like almost like he's already won this. And we look at J.W. Johnson here, who's just trying to search for an answer.
8-7. Point.
Another big
You gotta
fist
think
pump.
there's a timeout here. Yeah, there's got to be a
Yep,
timeout.
there it is.
9-7.
Johnson needs a bit of a reset.
Yeah, JW came into the net on that approach like a senior pro, not a 20-year-old.
So Ben has got to be thinking what, you guys, right now?
He's thinking he has all the momentum. He's thinking, I've been battling for our. Ben's been battling, and now the tables have finally turned. It's like he's finally ahead.
And you
He's
can see
finally
the
in a winning
experience
position.
here. You can see the experience. We said that earlier. He used the veteran, right? I mean, look at the win history just at the U.S. Open alone. And that's got to mean something.
Yeah, no, I mean, it counts for a lot, right? The experience out there, you've been in this scenario before, and even having lost game number 1, but winning game number 2, like, things are kind of rolling downhill for him, which is good if you're a rock.
Yeah, and so you were talking a little bit about the different experience and the progression. Kyle Yates was the mentor to Ben. Ben's going on JW's new blood. It's just so exciting to see so many new people come into the sport and then compete at such a high level, which also
Receiver
raises the
and
caliber
server,
of
you
everybody
have
else.
one timeout remaining.
I mean, the level's been high
Peace.
all night here, and the end
Time
is gonna be
in.
no exception, for sure.
9-7.
Ben
9-7.
Johns serving.
Side out.
So Johnson, gotta think here, Scott. Not like 100% necessary, but pretty critical that he can
7-9.
score
Yeah,
pretty soon.
he needs something good to go his way.
Side out.
He needs to make something good happen.
Earlier on, I think in the match, we would have seen him play that as a drop. We talked about the discipline of playing that sort of defensive drop to get back in things. Didn't do it there and paid the
9-7.
price.
It's a nice little drop
Side
there.
out.
Good touch around the net. That's no doubt we've seen a few of those backhand volleys from Johnson landing them softly in the kitchen.
7-9.
Oh. That was just pretty.
Side out.
Ben Johns does this as well as anyone in pickleball, sees the opportunity. We talked about the risk of dropping down the line. We see it there.
9-7.
Good Ernie from Johns. 9-7 again.
Just 2 away from a possible championship. Wow.
Point.
We are right on the edge of Ben Johns coming back, showing the world I still own this championship.
10-7.
Not yet, says
Right out.
J.W. Johnson.
Yeah, and JW, he's got the firepower to get back in it, but he's going to have to execute.
7-10.
He looks gassed
Right
to
on.
me.
Yes, he does.
You know,
He
like,
looks a
we-
little
we
physically
talked about
tired
this
or
and-
mentally.
I mean, we've got another match point here. Let's see if
10-7.
JW can make a push. And there it is.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Match.
That
Ladies and
just-
gentlemen, Ben Johns, once again, the Singles Pro Championship at the U.S. Open Pickleball
A big round of
Championships.
applause to Mr. Johnson.
Holy cow, we will be back talking to him. Let's look at this last championship point.
And once again, that little backhand, that deceptive backhand.
Well, after so many down the line, he wins it with the cross court.
Yep, there it is. Wow.
Wow. Well done. But amazing match, though. J.W. Johnson, impressive. That there you have it once again, the winner, Ben Johns. Thank you for watching so far. Don't go away. We have some moments to hear from Ben Johns at the medal stand. We'll be back in a moment.
Pickleball Channel is proud to bring you all the action from Naples, Florida of the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships, powered by Margaritaville. More great content is on the way. Matches, tips, instruction, inspiring stories, and more. So remember to subscribe, like, and follow on all your favorite social media platforms and at pickleballchannel.com.
Welcome back to the Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championships. I'm excited to be here with J.W. Johnson, the silver medalist. Everybody, a round of applause. Some amazing gameplay. We went to 3 games. It's great to see a new face here. This is your first time on championship court at the U.S. Open, and now you have a silver medal. What are your thoughts?
It was really fun. It was a great match. I really loved every minute of it, and I thought we both played really well. Obviously, he played a lot better, but it was really fun.
And so you're newer to pickleball in general. Some of these people years and years and years. How pickleball has come into your life? What's it meaning to you now?
It's a lot better than what I was doing. A really better path for me and my whole family, too. So it's a lot better.
Well, congratulations. We're going to bring out your medal and your prizes here. Heather from Margaritaville will bring you that silver. And your prize money. One more round of applause for our silver medalist. And our champion, gold medal winner, Ben Johns. Ben, it's amazing. 3 games. Number 1, you start off and you had to fight your way all the way to 3. You've been here before. The crowd was quiet on the edge of the seats. It's a new thing here on Championship with JW. What's going on in your mind right now?
Well, I was really happy to come away with the win for sure. J-Dub's a great player. Pushed me to the absolute limit. No question about that. So, hats off to him. And I couldn't be happier with this win. The really close ones are definitely the sweetest. So definitely going to enjoy this one.
Yeah, and the U.S. Open kind of is a special place for you a little bit, right? I mean, Kyle Yates brought you here to a certain extent, and your singles career, now what's going on, right? What does this mean, really, to do it again?
Yeah, it all started here on this court for me back in 2017, 5 years ago. Trained with Kyle a lot and got to play him in the finals. That was kind of the start of everything. It was, really fun then, and it's been a blast from every second since then. So just really grateful that I found this sport.
Well, fantastic match. Thank you so much. Let's bring Heather from Margaritaville out with that gold medal. You're also going to get a Head Sweats Champions hat, as well as brand new Skechers pickleball shoes. And lastly, you're going to get your check. And the other special thing, if you haven't heard it yet, Margaritaville at Sea is going to give you a 3-day, 2-night cruise at Margaritaville at Sea. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been wonderful. Ben Johns, our golden medalist. One more round of applause.